Hey, good morning, guys. It's Cheyenne here, and we are going to be talking about one of the topics, excuse me, that has really helped me a lot in my life, and that topic is who do I listen to? Now, this information that I'm going to be explaining to you guys, it's not going to be very long, but it is very simple to understand. It does take some time to practice it. So to understand it may take 2 seconds, but to master it will take a long time. So do not get frustrated, stay in the game. All right, so who do you listen to? So I'm just gonna be speaking from personal experience because for me, that's the easy experience to speak from because I lived it. So my entire life, stutter really bad, hated myself, just essentially wanted to not exist for a lot of years. Now, when you are in that kind of a headspace for year after year, over and over again, you are very open to opinions of others. Now, you have to remember that opinions are like buttholes. Everyone has one and they just want to toss it on you, okay? So just make sure you always understand everyone wants to give you their opinion. It's their favorite thing to do. Let me tell you, okay? So, my entire life, stuttering, scared, putting my head down. So anytime anyone stopped me and said, yo, let me help you. I got the cure. I got this little thing in your ear. I got this. You speak like this, do that. Immediately I'd be like, oh, this is the answer. I found it. Oh my gosh. What are they telling me? And I chase that, and this even applies to your parents too. It's very hard to decipher this in the beginning, but a lot of the times your parents have your best interest in mind, but did they stutter? Did they struggle with the same things that you struggled with and they overcame it? In my case, not really. So they're not really speaking from experience, but they are speaking from love because they truly want to help. It's their kid. They want to help it out, but they don't really know what to do either. They're just tossing whatever they can at it. Now, where do you have to be the leader of your own life? And this takes a little bit of practice, like I said, but the idea is that you only listen to people who have what you want. It could be speak how you want to speak. It could be the spouse they have. It could be if they have a lot of kids. It could be if they have a business that you're aspiring to. It could be whatever steps of the path this person has already taken, and you can see the fruits. And you know this person came from a similar hardship as you. Then, and only then, would you say, maybe I should listen to this person. So let's put it into context for stuttering and for me. So starting out, as a kid, it was like speech therapist. And it was cool, and I appreciate all the help, but I just was not ready for it. And then, as you get older, that everyone's like, oh, you got Speech Easy device, and you got this device, and you got this thing over here, the camp. You can go to a camp for a week. And I mean, if it helped you guys out or if it helps out the person, let's do it. But it wasn't helping out me. So I was like, all right, how do we find some traction? Well, who am I listening to? I'm listening to a speech therapist who is a nice person. She has a beautiful family. She's not a bad person, but she went to school for 6 years and she took a couple classes on stuttering. She has never stuttered in her life. She may only know a few people that stuttered in the family. She doesn't really know a lot about it. And then we're gonna put all the pressure on this poor person to try to help out a person who stutters, but she or he does not have the actual experience of being a stutterer for 10, 20, and 30 years and working through it and improving the speaking ability to becoming a better speaker. So I was like, I don't think this speech therapist really understands me. So then finally I said, okay. Let me see if I can put together a list of people who stuttered really bad or a little bit bad or stuttered, and they are speaking at a level that I would like to speak at. So I started to put together a list. I was like, okay. So we do have people who stutter a lot of years and who through some type of personal methodology, there's no pills involved or there's no devices or potions, these people that I've put down on my list, Cheyenne, they have had the same problem that you've been going through. And not to say they've overcome it, but the level of their speaking, how they communicate, how they act, how they walk, how they talk, how they hold themselves, how people speak to them, and how people respect them. I would like to be in that position on that side. And I know they started where I started at. Okay, now I think this person could have some clues for me. So what do I do next? I'm like, all right, let's study. Let's listen to only these people, only the people who had a stutter, who somehow, I don't know how, but somehow they speak at a level that I'm like, dang, that's pretty nice. And people respect them and they command authority and they have a spouse and kids and they're running a business. So you're telling me this little guy right here who's got whatever, he stuttered like I did and was scared, hiding in his room and now he's he's not like a superhero, but for us, if you're speaking and you're confident, that's a big deal for us. So it's dang, bro, how did you do it? Hook me up with a little sliver. I don't want the cure, but I just want just a little something for me to chew on, dude. Come on, man. Share the love, bro. You're chilling with girls. You got business. You got a house. You got family, bro. I'm here. I got none of that. But we started at the same. Come on, man. Let me get some of that love, boy. So I start opening up the YouTube videos. I'm like, dang. This guy, he's he's got a six-pack. He's skinny and in shape. Damn. Well, Would it hurt me to get skinny and in shape? Not really. Does it have anything to do with speaking? Not really. But will it increase my confidence? And maybe the girls will like me a little more too, and I'll be easier to like walk around and just life will be easier? Probably. So, I don't know, I'll lose some weight and maybe get in a little better shape. All right, so let's go ahead and check that box. All right, so now let's study how he walks. Oh, wow. His posture is like literally perfect all the time. My posture is, could use a little help. Okay, so we haven't even talked about his like speaking ability yet. And I haven't even spoken to the guy yet. I'm just watching a YouTube video on him, but I know he came from where I wanted to come, or from the same spot that I came from. And he is in the spot that I want to be in. So it's like, okay, do you want to listen to him or do you want to just go hide under the covers again? Well, let's pay a little attention here, dude, because we're getting pretty tired of this crap. So maybe this guy can like just copy this guy, dude, and you'll like have a little bit of something. And then I'm like, all right, well, his posture is really good all the time. Like, my posture is crap for the majority of the time. I'm like, all right, well, I need to do some posture work. So that's a whole nother can of worms is opening. Okay, I need to get into shape. I need to get my posture right. Okay. And then I stumble upon a little podcast where he's like explaining, like, you know how it is on podcasts. Oh, this is where I'm from, this is what I do. And I'm like, okay, this guy was on a podcast. And he stuttered really bad. And he's not super cocky about it. He's like a genuinely, like, I like this guy. Like, if I spot him in public, I'd be like, dude, I want to be your friend. So the highest level of influence is your friend. So, I like to see them as my friends, and that way it allows them, and I've never spoken to these people before. Well, I've spoken to a couple, but the specific ones I'm talking about right now, I've never actually spoken to them, which might be kind of weird, but it's all good. So I keep studying. I'm like, all right, he's pretty jacked. He's got really good posture. And then he's on a podcast. Let me hop on this podcast with some paper and notes and try to like study him, because he has came from where I came from here, and he has gone to here, and I'm right here. So if I copy him and I genuinely practice, not today, not tomorrow, maybe not even this year, but I can point myself into the right direction. So once I start like stepping, I'm like, yay, I'm going in the right direction now. This is great. Finally, I am listening to somebody who can help me, because they were actually in the spot that I was, and they are currently in the spot that I want to be. So they literally have walked the same path that I have. And for the stutterer, this is huge, because the person who stutters, it feels so alone. There is a total isolation that comes as a part of stuttering that is brutal. It is just crushes your soul. So anyways, I said, okay, well, let's hop onto this podcast because I've already convinced myself that he is my friend because the friendship is the highest form of influence because of the peer pressure. Remember peer pressure? It's a huge thing. It's true. It's a fact. You hang around the losers, they're gonna want you to become a loser. You hang around the winners, they're gonna want you to become a winner because they won't tolerate losers. So they're gonna say, get out of here. You go with the losers unless you wanna be a winner. Then you can hang out with us if you're a winner. But if you're a loser, you gotta go with the losers. So, the highest form of influence is friends. This is huge, is the friends that you have. Because you are being influenced whether you like it or not. And it's a lot easier if you set the game up for you to win. And that's one of the ways you do it. You make sure you are listening to the people who started where you started and who are at the place that you want to be. And you need to have the ability to screen all day long, all day long. This should never turn off. The parents, the brothers, the cousins, everybody wants to tell you what to do, especially the people who stutter, because we look very vulnerable. We come across hunched shoulders. We're always looking at the ground, and we usually have a little bit of a frown on, and we kind of go like this the whole day. And I know this from experience, from being like this for 30 years. All right, guys. Well, that is my little self-talk, therapy on who do I listen to. And one more time, I just want to tell you guys that I am the messenger. I am right here in the game with you guys. I am making this video to practice my speaking. All right, guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Never give up and crush it today. Peace.